Hey guys, it's me, Kisame Unlimited, and I'm bringing back the 6 Path to Pain challenge. My challenge is an endurance challenge where I have 6 decks and I throw my 6 decks at my fan base or anybody that would like to take the challenge, and people get to see how good you are. It's a challenge that doesn't contrive of matches because it would take too long. However, this is going to be the first episode of me doing it again for the new format. People really liked it of me doing it the last format, and people love this segment to continue. I'm going to ask for 300 likes, and if you guys can get this video over 300 likes, you will see another one next Sunday. Also, due to the fact that if this video also, anyone that comments on this video and likes it, I will also give you an additional entry to win a free pack of Legacy of a Valiant. So if you want to win a free pack, comment below of how you feel about the challenge or the duel or overall an opinion of the video, and I will enter you. So in the meantime, I will start this game where I'm going up against a guy called Psycho something. I'm not 100% sure because I didn't save the replay of the whole guy's name, and all it says is Psycho, so I'm dueling Psycho.
Yeah, well you can go ahead and have your 6 stinking decks, cause all I need is this one.
Round 2.
Okay, so starting off, I am using Constellars, which I'm actually a little disappointed in myself because out of all my decks that have gone through great changes, my Constellar deck has always been that one deck that hasn't changed. A part of me is also going to be starting to work on the Tellarknights because I really do like Tellarknights. So I mean, I started off the game pretty easily with, Charad, and I got my search off, and I'm going up against Thunder Family, which is a very similar base deck to Constellars because they both have their own forms of their additional summons, and they're both kind of equally just as fast. So I mean, the only difference is when he used Pod Duality and he drew and decided I want that Black Horn of Heaven, I was so I don't know, I felt like the moment when I saw Black Horn of Heaven and all that back row, I sensed I was going to lose, only due to the fact that when I'm playing a deck that's basically all about bringing out a few, XYZ plays, and that was, interrupted, I knew that, and I'm like, why would I minus on purpose? And I didn't have much to work with, as you could see with my hand. However, I was pretty optimistic that hopefully I could have changed the game around a little bit with, just letting Bear do all the work, and I would just eventually get to my other cards quicker, but it wasn't kind of working out in my favor. But I mean, I always, and Wire Trap. Wire Trap is a new card that I actually, because I actually been taking a bit of a hiatus from Yu-Gi-Oh! As for the form of competitive play, because lately I've been, people that know I work a lot on getting those prize cards and shit, and I actually haven't had much time to go out of my way to get cards that I would need for my decks. But I'm getting back into my flow. So I mean, I'm getting all my stuff in order. So all my decks have gone through somewhat silly transformations. People have saw a little bit of my transformations, right there with MST. I was like, come on, hit that Black Horn of Heaven. Oh, damn, Vanity's Emptiness. But then I was like, oh, well, if it was Vanity's Emptiness, it was the same bad thing as Black Horn of Heaven, so whatever. And I knew, there it is. So at this point, I already knew I was going to lose, so I kind of gave up inside. But overall, oh, this is, I could actually see his name now. Psycho Gorna 3. I probably butchered your name. I'm so sorry. So apparently, you were the first challenger of the 6 paths. I mean, I have a couple saved already, but also if anybody wants to take the challenge, add me on Dev. My username is UndergroundYGO.
Round 3.
Alright, now I'm going into the next game, which I'm using Frog Monarchs. And I actually like how Frog Monarchs are actually, getting a little, not alive again, because that's an understatement, because they've gotten support, but they need better support. But I actually did transform my my deck because I no longer play Light and Darkness Dragon. And that's one of the most go-to cards for Frog Monarch players. But I don't like playing Light and Darkness anymore because so many people are like, oh, and this is my favorite thing, Toon Table. Toon Table. Toon Table, Toon Mermaid, and then it's gonna be like, why are you playing Toon Mermaid? Swap Frog. I'm just gonna say, swap Frog. But Anthony, you know, it's not like you could reborn a frog. I don't give a fuck. It's like, in all honesty, I'm actually thinking about, because adding tunes is like my new tech and my unique thing that I'm doing into all my decks, which is my thing. I like it. And I mean, I'm actually thinking about maybe like, because I did, everyone just saw that I did that whole bandless banters with Cannon Soldier and what was the other card that I was talking about, and Substitute. And now part of me is like, you know what, I might just throw, you know, Toon Cannon Soldier in here just for shits and giggles. You never know if I get my opponent down to a certain amount of life point, just boom, 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 boom at the end, and you know, GG. And at this point, I made so much of a fucking misplay here, but yet again, it's also due to the fact that I hadn't been dueling as much as I used to. I don't know if it really would have mattered, but I've become a little lazy inside, and you'll see it in this game. Like, I'm like, oh, you know, Swap Frog got rid of the, you know, the Mermaid. I'm like, but then I activated the Monarch Storm because I'm like, oh my god, Crimson Blader doesn't. I always thought that Crimson Blader only did like, oh, you can't just special summon level 5 or high. I keep forgetting that also works on normal summons too. So at that point, I was just like, well, that was a waste. I could always save that for later. But yeah, so that was a little bit of my stupidity. That's why I like doing the little narrations on these, because if I would make a big misplay like that, my fan base would be like, dude, what are you, stupid? And this was another stupid misplay. I knew he had shit in his hand, and I could have set the other enemy controller, and he wouldn't have been able to attack. I would have been able to play Caius, and, you know, place, you know, whatever. But you see, the whole duel could have been different, but no, I'm stupid.
Round 5.
Okay, so you beat 2 paths and now you're up to the 3rd, and this is me using Vigilante. Vigilante is my hero deck, my unique hero deck that nobody plays. I don't play Bubble Beat, I don't play no Hero Beat, I play Toon Goblin Attack Force Beat. No, I'm kidding. But my deck is very unique, and I love my hero deck, which a lot of people say I shouldn't call it a hero deck since I don't focus mainly on a lot of heroes. So I decided, you know what? That's understandable. I'm going to call my deck Vigilante. I'm a Vigilante hero. So, I'm, you know, just setting off skill drain. I'm just like, I'm not going to let you keep, like, you know, doing all... I remembered when I was dueling him, and he was just like, you know, that's such a dick move playing skill drain. I know that better than anybody because I always hated skill drain. And I actually didn't want it to go down the skill drain road, but when I added all my text into the deck, nothing really hurts playing skill drain. And then a part of me was saying, like, wait a minute. I was about to say, I'm sorry for playing skill, and then I like kind of stopped. I'm like, wait a minute, you play Crimson Blader against me. You cut off like all my plays. Even in your hand you have Vanity's Emptiness. Why should I feel bad? You want to cut me off at the knees? This is what Yu-Gi-Oh's about. You cut me off, I cut you off. But skill drain is pretty much of a dick card. So after that, I would like this game to at least show a little bit better of what my deck is capable of. But I have so many individual texts into this deck that make my deck different from the normal common build of most hero decks. Hell, I'm not even going to lie, even with the new hero support that's already been leaked, I actually have not touched Shadow Mist, that new spell card. I don't want to, because it doesn't really fit my style. I can't wait for Koga to be released, because I know Koga's going to fit my deck regardless of whatever effect it has. So I'm like crossing my fingers saying, come on Koga, be decent, just be decent, that's all that matters to me. So I'm like, right off the bat, I'm just keep beating down like his cards. Overall, this guy did very well. To go with Thunder Family and already pass 2 paths is pretty good. So, I mean, right off the bat, I'm just like, fuck this, I'm tired of you playing all your monsters. I'm just gonna, you know, hopefully, and then I love how I'm like, you know, I could just go for another Neos Alias and swing, and I was just like, that's exactly what I did. I'm like, you know, another Neos Alias. I always liked Neos Alias, because Neos Alias always reminded me of Mega Man, where it was just like, I could turn into whatever the fuck I want, and that's kind of how if you, like, Neos Alias is like Mega Man, you could turn into, like, all the Omni heroes. So... at this point, I was like holding off all my good things for later, which you can see with the miracles. I kind of had, that's the only problem I have with this deck is I used to play Tanky and other cards in this deck. I forgot, I know I played Tanky in here, and I used to play Kieran the Mange and a couple other things, but I took them out for other cards. But now with like, for the hands, what am I going to do with these tiny hands? And then I love Ice Hand and Fire Hand in this deck.
Game over.
Also like the Facebook page, because if you like the Facebook page, I give status updates of when I'm on Dev Pro. So if you want to take the challenge and you would actually like to get like an insider of when I'll be on, add the Facebook page for that. Other than that, you could always just add my Dev Pro, and you could just, you know, which I stated, it's Underground YGO. And if you do that, you could see me on there and be like, hey man, can I take the challenge? I'm like, sure. And then I'll just do it and I'll record them and upload them, and the whole world could see how good you are when you can be endured to face 6 decks. Thanks for watching the video. I'm grateful that people liked it. Yes, so there's nothing else I could say. Subscribe to Underground if you want to see more videos from us and more duel videos, and then comment below of how you felt about me and Psycho dueling. So I will see you guys on Tuesday, because starting this month I'm going to get everything back on track. So I will be adding anybody that comments on the video, you know, to win the free pack of Legacy of Valiant.